Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in on Money Moves Monday, and here to talk about our financial journey. Okay, so let's talk about what happened last week. Last week, I posted that I paid off all of our credit cards. Yay, that was over $38,000 paid off in under a year. That's super exciting, super hard, super lot of work, super frustrating and stressful at the same time, everything, all the above. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we did that and what we have done since then. Since then, we've paid off, let's take a look at since last week, we've paid off $4,339 of other debts, not from credit cards. So I paid off my friends, I paid off medical bills, and slowly paying off our vacation club. That was those suckers talked me into some, Yeah, I got talking to doing a vacation club. I'm pretty sure it cost like $10,000 or something like that. And at the time, it sounded great. I was like, yeah, I'm in a good place. I feel like I'm going to take vacations once a year. But you know what? That just doesn't happen all the time, especially when you're young. You think you can take a vacation a year, going on cruises and stuff. You go on one cruise and you think you're freaking Bill Gates. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool to see how many people have reached out and talk to me, or how many people I've reached out to talk to them about their financial journey as well, and just to have conversations with people. You're probably wondering, why are you making these videos, and like, why do you have to talk about this stuff? And I'm like, because I need someone to talk to about it. Okay, my wife hates talking about money, and I just need somebody to interact with to talk about money and these goals and the process that I'm taking to get there and accomplishing my dream of being debt free. Oh, another reason why I'm starting these things is because people say I talk too fast, or I mumble when I talk, so I am just doing this to kind of work on my enunciation and watch these videos and see if I can understand myself. And if I can, great. And if you can, great. And if you can, hit the like button down below. Okay, so what is debt? Debt is money that you owe to somebody that for some reason you borrowed money to get something that you want, or you needed something, and now you owe them money. And chances are they're being charged interest on that, and you continue to owe more money than you began to owe in the first place. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys know what debt is. So debt is a bad thing. There are some good debts, and it's only a good debt if in the end of the debt you have more money than you started with. Then that's a good debt, right? So like a rental property or an investment, something money you're giving to somebody else, and then in the end game you're gonna come out on top with more money, right? Those are good debts. A debt that you're putting towards your business that you'll pay off over time because you're investing in yourself, investing in the results of yourself to make more money in return, right? Your ROI, your return on investment, is going to be greater in the end. We're going to break down some ways of how you can get out of debt and some of the steps that I took. So of course, you need tools. You got to have the right tools for the right job. That's what everybody says once in a while. So some debt techniques I've looked into. Dave Ramsey tools. We have a lot of tools that he offers. The every dollar budget app is great. I see people look into the Mint.com. That's a free application as well. And then there's a couple other ones, personalcapital.com, and you need a budget. Those are some tools that help you budget, and a budget is key to setting a financial goal for yourself to live within those lines, right? And the tools I took were advice from friends, advice from people who've gone through it, and apps. There's a lot of apps that'll help you out. There's an app for that. That's weird, yeah. And then Dave Ramsey tools. I've used that a lot, and I've just listened to a lot of these financial gurus. I haven't purchased into a lot of things. The only thing I really bought into was the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University, which I found great because I like their videos. They're very inspiring, and that's a huge thing for people to keep continuing with these goals. It's a lot like weight loss. Like, you have to continue to go and keep going and see progress and be inspired and motivated by yourself and other people to want to achieve that end goal. Unless you're like super like sane and you're like, I want to do something, and you're just like, I'm gonna do it because I don't care. I believe in me. I don't need you to believe in me. If you have that mindset, good for you. And go ahead and hit that like button down below, because then you and I are people. So before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know I am banking with Wells Fargo, and a big reason why I decided to pay off the credit cards was because they were charging me for using their credit card. And this time, during this pandemic, every other credit card company was cutting off all the interest rates, and I didn't have to make any payments. But then Wells Fargo decides to charge me $16 to $30 for a transaction fee or something like that, and I was just like, are you kidding me? So I was just like, forget it. I paid off that card, and I just shut it down. I'm like, Wells Fargo, I'm done with you. So I am looking for a new bank. If you have any recommendations for a great new bank, please leave a comment down below, and I will check it out. I heard some things about Ally Bank, Discover Bank, these online banks, and I'm looking into those as well. So we'll see how those turn out. So the average American is in $38,000 of debt. The average American. I'm like, that's great. I pay that off on credit cards. I'm like, I'm not the average American, I guess. I'm above average. And then they also have $6,000 in revolving credit card debt. That means it just keeps cycling through because we're taught that credit is good. Like, we need to keep owing people money in order to have a good credit score. I'm not sure where that came into play, where we just keep getting ourselves into debt and acting like it's okay. And this is so basically any debt that doesn't make you money, you need to pay it off, right? If it's not an investment, pay it off as soon as possible at 100% speed, as soon as you can, but still have some money set aside, right? The first baby step is set an emergency fund. That is the most important thing, because most American people, they are not ready for an emergency to happen that's going to cost over $1,000, and I am one of those people. But now I have a savings because of I follow these baby steps. Now I'm on my next step of paying off these debts, and we are making heavy progress. By paying off a majority of our debts besides the student loans, we are saving $671 each month on monthly payments. So we're not having that extra $671 because we paid off in reality $5,000, but every month we have income. $671 more dollars than we had before will be allocated to us instead of being already determined to go into paying off other bills, which have been annihilated. Like, you gotta understand your debt. Is it a good debt or is it a bad debt? What is the interest rate doing on your debt? How much is the interest rate, and how much is it affecting you? If you pay off your debt sooner, you pay off interest rate less amount of time, which means you'll save money on paying interest over the long term. If you pay off the interest, if you can't afford to pay off all your debts completely and you pay more towards hit the principal, your interest rate is going to still be the same, but it's going to be for less of a number, which means that you are going to be paying less in interest, kind of, because it's the same percentage of a lesser amount, which in the end is less money. Understand? So the thing I did when I started off building my budget, I made a list of things, right? I made a list of my budgets, and I basically talk like, oh, this is a list of things that I spent. So basically, I went to the last month and I wrote down everything: transportation, groceries, what else? Subscriptions, and then bills, all these things. And those are things that like we kind of need. In each column, there's like some things that we needed to spend money on, and then other things like wants. I want to go out to dinner. I want to go watch movies. I want to, play a lot of games, cook fancy meal, fancy dinner, the museum. I want to go to the zoo, amusement park, dog show, car show. I'm going to go to, I don't know what other people like to do. All right, so once you have your two lists of the needs to pay list per month and the wants to do pay list, just take that wants list and just throw it out. Just kidding. I'm not here to dictate your life and tell you what you can and cannot spend money on, but that is what you need to do. If you need to pay off all your debts, focus on that as a priority, and then cut back on your wants to do list, right? Work for it, Make yourself feel better about doing the things that you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, reward yourself by doing these things, and don't do them so often. Or find ways to do them, but be a little more frugal about it, right? Be that guy that goes out to Cheesecake Factory with all your friends and just eats the bread and then whatever is left on everybody's plate. I can't do that because I'm a germaphobe. So the biggest way we were getting out of debt is by saving money, right? And it's like, oh yeah, it's easy to save money, but it is. So we talk about ways you can save money by cooking meals at home, cooking drinks at home, preparing drinks at home, and just hanging out and partying at home with friends or doing things like in-home activities, right? Now those are ways that you can save money. Now you're talking about ways that you can make more money. What I'm doing, I am doing a bunch of different apps. I'm doing, I was working a full-time job at the restaurant, but then, of course, we got laid off under these circumstances, and now we found different ways of income, different streams of income, and that is doing like DoorDash, Postmates, Tracker. These are all apps you can download on the App Store on your smartphone device. Or on top of that, I'm a chef, so what I do, I cook meals and I sell them to people who are hungry. Not like hungry, but like who want lunch or want a special meal for lunch, and this is what I have been doing to make money in this time. right? And even just asking people too, like I'll limit my spending to like almost nothing. I'll try not to spend money on anything, and if I can get away with it, I will do that legally. If you like this video, I'll be posting financial videos on my update of my financial journey every Monday. On Money Moves Monday, and Wednesdays it's What's for Dinner Wednesdays, and Fridays Freestyle Friday, where I'll post a video of whatever I feel like posting because I am free to do that. Yeah, I'm working on these financial raps. They're gonna be freaking lit, dude. Like just debt-free freestyle raps. They're gonna be freaking great.